Welcome. As I light this candle, I invite you to take a grounding breath. Happy Solstice and welcome. I am facing the light. It's the light returning. With solstice, it's the longest night of the year. It's the mark of winter, but it's also a time when the light returns. The days start getting longer. New Year is near. Spring is on the way. But this, right now, it's a time of quiet gestation and unseen becoming. In this moment, I invite you to think of your loved ones, both those who are alive today and those who have passed on. However they arrive to you is okay. It can be in the form of joy, grief, neutrality. All is welcome. But we call them in to guide us to the light. And now, I light this sage, this sacred sage. May this sacred smoke surround our loved ones, you, me, all in this world and beyond, with light, peace, and blessing. And now, I ask the sage to clear the cards from any previous energy and allow the messages to come through to serve our highest good. This reading is for the energy we're carrying out of the darkness and the light that's beginning to come. As I do this reading, if you have been following along with my Tarot in the Garden series, this is actually a little bit different because it's solstice. I will draw 3 cards. One will represent the darkness, almost like the past. One will represent the threshold, and one will represent the return to light. And so with our intentions set and our cards cleared, I will gently mix up and shuffle the cards. I always like to look at what appears. And again, I wish the same for this deck as well. We set our intentions. We've cleared the cards. And now we ask that the message comes through for our highest good. It's not part of the reading, but I love how ceremony came up. Okay. So for the tarot, divide into 3. And for this deck, we will also divide into 3. Okay. And we will choose a card for the darkness. What is resisting, completing? What is needing to be honored now? We will draw a card for the threshold. What is being carried through this turning point? And we will now draw a card for the return to light. What is beginning to return? So for the darkness card, we have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a card of patience. That which we have been resisting, we just need to let it go, because that which we resist persists. The more that we push against something, the more we get entangled. And so we've been needing to exert a level of patience in waiting for this moment, patience in all that we do and all that's happening around us, especially as this time of year can be so busy. And so this card is gently saying, okay, we are completing a stage of utmost patience, of waiting. And it feels right, right? We are at this threshold. And so up to now, we've held on. And supporting that is a Yule card for the forest. And it says on the card, it is without question a place of mystery, whispers of power you've forgotten. Let thy strength crawl from beneath the ground and remind you, dear child, you are magic. We go into the forest to rest and retreat. It pairs with that Hanged Man messaging, because patience requires a level of waiting. And as you're waiting, it can be a time to rejuvenate. And the forest supports that. And this time of year, getting out into the forest is such a wonderful blessing, to have it hug you and rejuvenate you and give you strength and that patience. And so leading up to now, patience has required restraint and some amount of rejuvenation. So now we're coming out of that darkness and we're entering the threshold, today, the turning point. And we have justice. Justice, that card where all that patience has paid off, where we feel validated and vindicated for what we've been through and what we've been waiting for. Now, things balance out and things come to light that we were waiting patiently for them to work themselves out. And it's a return to balance. And that echoes this time of year when we need to have that quiet gestation and that unseen becoming. That becoming a place of balance. We're coming to that balance. We're coming to a place that allows us to settle, even but just for a while. It's a reminder that at this time, we can step back, we can take a breath. And we'll pair it with snow. There is beauty in the divine that settles on thy flesh, a magical enchantment bestowed in purity. And you know, these themes are kind of crisscrossed. So the snow invites you to quietly reflect. And coming out of the darkness, we're still in that moment of reflection. We're still in that moment of learning. And the snow is pure and cold. And those two things can be quite cleansing, right? Purity in our hearts and thoughts. And then the chill in the air. It can invite that fresh restart, especially as we move into the light. So we have the balance and the light returning. We have the cold to help us appreciate the warmth within, but also the cold that prepares us for the coming spring. And now we return into the returning light. What is beginning to return? And we have the Seven of Wands. This card invites you to remember that everything that you've been through, everything that you're coming to, and that rest that you were able to find, and that balance. Now we have the Seven of Wands that says, keep going. You've got this. That project that is taking forever, that caregiving task that you're trying to do, the job that you hope comes, the love that you hope comes true. This card says, keep going. Keep putting one foot in front of another. Don't give up. You will eventually get there, and you are supported by the universe. And so we pair it with the supplemental Father Christmas. How did I get here? Lost, perhaps? No worries at all. Gather yourself and clear the frost, for the good still lives in you, dear. How fitting to not give up. There is good on the other side of what you're going through. And after a period of rest, you keep going, you keep showing up day after day, and you will be supported. There is goodness in what you're doing. There is such love. And even if you can't see the end of the tunnel, you will get to where you're going. Because again, you are supported. And so as the light returns and we move into the darker part of winter, as the days get longer, you are supported in your endeavors. It's a wonderful thing. I'm so glad to walk this journey with you. And remember, we've come from the Hanged Man and the forest, from the period of darkness. Now we're moving towards the threshold with the solstice, where we're returning to balance and getting refreshed. And now the Seven of Wands says, keep going. You are supported. And even if you feel lost, you are found. There is goodness. And you know what's funny is I just picked this up and there's a second card here. So it wants to be, I think it wants to be seen too. We'll call this, as we've returned to the light and as we've pressed on, check it out. We are now feasting. Let us feast upon the nourishing and be thankful for thy feast. Nor here or there, yet everywhere it be. It's kind of like we have arrived. we can enjoy the fruits of our labor, this journey that we have been preparing for and going through and plodding one foot in front of the other. We can enjoy it. There's that moment where we'll just be able to enjoy it and the light is truly shining. How fun. I am so grateful that you have joined me here today for the solstice. I wish you a wonderful solstice. Happy Yule season if you celebrate that. And happy holidays for all the ones that you celebrate. I wish you a wonderful new year. And here's to many more readings together. I am grateful for you.